Hello, everybody. Hello. We have made it through Christmas. Christmas was a wonderful time. I still have family in town, which I love, but this is the week after Christmas going into New Year where we just kind of decompress. We don't do our hair when we get up. We just kind of jump up and try to get back into the swing of things. So today is December 27th. 2023. My name is Colleen Magnus, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Got to say that, on the East Coast of Chesapeake, Virginia. So I come to you live every Wednesday at noon, and I teach you something. I love to teach, and that is my goal more than anything else. You know, I may teach you what to do, I may teach you what not to do, but honestly, I promise to teach you something. And today I'm going to throw as many tips and tricks into my video as I can. Just little things I've learned along the way. I've been a demonstrator for 22 years, and it's been absolutely wonderful. And of course, the best part are the friends you make, because I just couldn't imagine my life without all of you in my life. And then of course, those incentive trips, when you work really hard, they are an incentive and a great thing too. But that does take a lot of work, and it takes support from all of you. So I thank you so much. So today in my video, I am going to be sharing a new product, and it's called Perennial Lavender Suite. Y'all know we're winding down the last days of the year. So we have the mini catalog right here. This was our holiday mini catalog, and it has been wonderful. I've loved the products in here, have had a great time creating with them. But with these products, they're only available till January 3rd, 2024. Now, a lot of them are marked down, so get your last of your wish list going, because you are going to have a whole new wish list as we start the new catalogs. And I'll tell you more about those in just a minute. So again, I hope you had a blessed holiday, no matter how you celebrate. And again, ours was good. My stomach is kind of like almost ready for that New Year's resolution, because there's a lot of desserts and a lot of eating involved, but it's fun. The grandkids were wonderful. All 6 of them. It was just organized chaos, but again, we wouldn't have that any other way either. We are blessed beyond belief, and I hope your blessings are easy to see too. So with further ado, let me boot up for a minute. Let me see who's coming on. I know, again, nobody's really into a set schedule yet, including myself. I really plan on this week trying to reorganize the stamp room, move the winter product out, and get ready for the spring product, because it is going to be another great year of creating, y'all. Just warning you right now. So let me turn my camera down and around, and we are going to get started. All right, let me put you in here, and I'll see who's with me today. Let me get you in the screen. All right, let me see. I got this big old thing down on the bottom here. Okay, don't you love it when you turn it on, you have a whole different look? Let me just click got it and see if it comes up. Like, my screen is black and normally it's white with the dark. Okay, we'll just have to adjust our eyes. So anyways, hey Renee, I'm glad you are here. Hello Gwen. Gwen, I got your Christmas card. Thank you so much. It was beautiful. And Diane, dreary, rainy Chesapeake. Yes, it is, Diane. You know, we needed rain for quite some time, and I think we got quite a bit of it now, so I'm good. I don't know about you, but again, as long as I'm inside when it's rainy, I am good. Go. Hey, Cindy. Oh no, Renee and all of them are sick with colds, but you had fun. Well, that's what matters. I know a lot of people, you know, it's that just, you're around a lot of people, and sadly you do get sick, but thankfully our family was healthy this year. I think last Christmas we kind of got COVID right after Christmas and sick, and that's normally, thankfully, not a big problem these days, except my mom has COPD, and I would say her caregiver, but she does take care of herself. But I'm with her almost every day, so I have to keep myself healthy to keep herself healthy too. So anyways, yes, Gwen, you also got a door prize you won. Congratulations. Hey, Mary. So let's get started. Let me tell you really quick, I was kind of overwhelmed. It's like, gosh, I could show you a bunch of different things, but I'm going to focus on one suite today, because in this suite alone is a lot of awesome product. So starting January 4th, hopefully you have one of these in your hands. If not, let me know and I can tell you how to get one. But I will also send a newsletter out the morning of the 4th that will have the links so you can see the catalogs online also. So this is a new mini catalog that will run from January 4th through April. Lots of great things in here. I don't know how Stampin' Up! Does it every year. But another exciting thing is we will have Celebration. And that has always been Stampin' Up's most favorite time of the year because you earn free product with all your purchases. And when I say free product, in this little mini catalog, you will have your choice of 6 stamp sets, 5 designer series papers, 1 set of dies, a beautiful ribbon, a pack of gems, and an embossing folder that you can earn free. And that's the only way you can get them. They're never for sale. But if you place a $50 order or you place a $100 order, you're going to be earning these products for free. And again, that starts January 4th and runs through the end of February. 2 months only, one time a year. And I love how they coordinate things because in this little mini catalog, 6 of the products coordinate with bundles that are in the mini catalog. So again, I'm just always amazed at how well Stampin' Up! Does with what they are doing. Oh, let me see. Diane said, at least it's rain and not snow, but it's been a great Christmas. I'm glad it's been a great Christmas. And I tell you, once I get out of December, I do like a little snow. I'm originally from Chicago. I don't need a ton of snow, but I do like some snowy days. It's just so beautiful. So, hey, Karen, glad you're back with me again. Yes, this suite I'm showing you today is gorgeous. And again, thank you all for letting me take last week off. Christmas was coming fast. I had so many things I still had to do. I mean, I was in good shape, but it's amazing when you buckle down with the baking and the wrapping and the buying, you know. I was able to get it all done and enjoy Christmas Eve before it all started unwrapping. But I appreciate you letting me take last week off, but I am back. So these are the 2 catalogs that will start January 4th. So let me show you the products that are in this gorgeous Perennial Suite, because again, it's gorgeous. So the Perennial Suite, when you get your catalog, if you have your catalog already, which I mailed them out, so hopefully you do, on page 22 and 23 of the catalog, you have the first, it's a double bundle suite. So you have the painted lavender, which is beautiful, and I love when you just have graphics like this because they will go with anything you own. So you have the beautiful lavender plants, and then you have the dies that cut most of them out, and they also have standalone dies too. So these 2 go together. This is one bundle. Then you have what's called Perennial Postage. Now this one is a photopolymer, and this one is the red rubber cling. So with here, beautiful sayings, and I love that the Perennial Postage has postage dies. You know, we had a postage stamp at one time, punch, and we loved it, but that was one size. When you look at this here, how many do we have? My goodness, we have 12 dies. You also have that really cute postage stamp. You have these little pieces where you can make these tags. So great bundle. So you can buy the bundle separate. If you buy the stamp set and the dies together, you always save 10%, but I'm showing you the entire suite. So then you have after that, these are great. These here are called the paper butterfly accents. So on each sheet, you have 5 different butterflies. You get 40 pieces in the entire pack, 8 of each of the sizes. They easily pop out, and I promise you, you're probably never going to see a white butterfly. I guess you can, but you can take your blending brushes and color these. You can spritz them. You're going to see these colored all different kinds of ways, which is great because then you have a butterfly for every color you need. Can't beat that. So that is part of the suite. You also have these gems here. They're called the Purple Fine Shimmer Gems, and these are beautiful. You get 150 adhesive backed pieces, 50 of the 3 colors, which are Berry Burst, Gorgeous Grape, and Highland Heather. And then I saved the star of the show for last, and that is going to be the designer paper. So let me tuck these away. Oh my goodness, y'all. Let me just say right now, the paper, Stampin' Up, they just nail it every time. Their designer papers are gorgeous, both sides. But I do want to tell you, in this suite, With this paper here, it is called the Perennial Lavender. The colors that coordinate with this are Shaded Spruce, Lost Lagoon, Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, Berry Burst, and Fresh Freesia. When you purchase this, please make sure you get an extra pack of your Highland Heather cardstock and your Gorgeous Grape cardstock, because I can see those being big sellers this spring with this paper. And I would hope they wouldn't go on the non-orderable list, but you know, I'm just one of those people, I play it safe. I would rather be safe than sorry. So anyways, let me see. I'll read comments in a minute, but let me show you this paper. Absolutely gorgeous. So here's the first side, and it will be one of those that it'll be hard to decide which side to use. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Then you have this, and again, this would be a great paper to cut into your sections to make your cards the way they have it. You'll be seeing that. And just a nice little gingham on the back. Then we have some more, a little bit of butterflies in there, of course. This beautiful green. I need a shirt made out of that color. I love that. And then just some more lavender. And y'all know the computer never does it justice, but it is gorgeous in person. Here's some more. So I don't know. Normally, sometimes when you get designer paper and you think, oh, I don't know if I'm crazy about that side, but you're okay because you like the other side. This will be a true dilemma because both sides are beautiful, and now you're going to have to make some choices. So you might want to just get 2 packs, and you can roll with each one. So let me see. Mary would like a big snowfall too. Me too, Mary. That's when I put on the homemade bread in a pot of anything. And just absolutely love it. So let me see. We had a Christmas here, but they're calling for colder weather this weekend. Yep, us too, Renee. It's coming in, well, today's supposed to be in the mid to upper 60s, but then I think tomorrow, the next day, it comes in. Virginia on the East Coast normally gets their winter in January and February. Not so much through December. So thank you so much for watching from Minnesota. So here we go. We're going to keep rolling. Let me show you the card. I'm going to change it up just a little bit. This is the card we're going to make. It's a special fold, and I kind of like to call it a buckle card because to me that's kind of like the belt and a buckle. But I'm going to change this part out because I want to use the other bundle here, the painted lavender bundle. So I'm going to, the postage bundle. So when I had it at the time, I didn't have this, but let me show you. This is another bundle that's going to be in the new catalog. It's called Heartfelt Hexagon. So this hexagon punch, I don't know if you could see it. My screen's not showing it great. Great for any kind of words. Wonderful, nice shape. And then you have the Heartfelt Hexagons stamp where it all coordinates with that. Even the shapes, they all coordinate with the die. And then what's cool, here's a little sneak peek from Celebration. The Heartfelt Hellos that you can earn for free also coordinates with this die. So I had used this, sending you lots of love and hugs, but I'm going to change it up because it gave me an opportunity, again, to show you some more tricks. So going forward, let me show you the pieces, and I will give you all the dimensions. You need a 6 3/4 by 5.5 piece of Highland Heather, and I scored it at 4 1/4. Then you are going to need a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 of your basic white. You're going to need a 2 1/4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Gorgeous Grape. And the reason I kind of stepped these down was because then when I get to my designer paper, this is 12 by 12. So I love cutting it in 2-inch strips because I'm going to get 6 across the top. I can get 12 of these pieces out of a piece of 12 by 12. It's 2 inches by 5 inches, Perennial Lavender. I'm telling you, I'm going to love it. Now, out of my little postage stamp here from the, let me see which one, Perennial Postage Bundle, Gorgeous Grape. That's the 2 1/4 inch size is pretty much what I use from the Perennial Postage dies. Then I just cut a little piece of 2 by 1 1/4 inch basic white. And then I have 2 strips here. The one is Gorgeous Grape, See, you're gonna need that Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape, I'm just telling you. 4 1/4 by 1 inch Gorgeous Grape. And then I have here the 4 1/4 by 3/4 inch Highland Heather. And I've already embossed that, but I'm gonna show you a trick. And that is the Distressed Tile 3D embossing folder. So, okay, hold on. Take your screenshot. Then you have all of your dimensions and everything you need. And I'll just put this aside. So getting started, we are just going to, we can take the 6 3/4 by 5 1/2 Highland Heather that was scored at 4 1/4. I want to line that up. Make sure, even when you score it, make sure your edges are even. And I'm just going to crease that. So just, I've got this piece, so I'm going to set this aside. Let me show you a trick. I'm trying to know which trick to show you first. Okay, so let me show you this trick here. When you're embossing these little pieces, I always like to get in a couple of card swaps, you know, at the beginning of the year with a new catalog, because it gives me lots of samples and ideas from everybody else. So I would be mass producing these cards. So if I was going to do this card for a card swap, I could either take all these little 4 1/4 by 3/4 inch pieces of paper and emboss it, or I can do a whole sheet at a time. So what I'm going to do here, let me put my little piece there, and I'm going to emboss it in case we have anybody new. I want to show you how it's done. This is our die cutting machine and embossing machine. It's absolutely wonderful. This is the Distressed Tile folder. So your first tip, and I do believe Tanya showed me this, I used to always unwrap. Let me get this out of the way. Let me sit down and show you again. I used to always unwrap, you know, undo the envelopes. Well, after about the 5th or 6th time, your envelope tears, and then you don't really have a cellophane piece to keep it in. So take your cellophane, your little envelope, tuck the flap inside so it's taped to the front, and then you are able to just pull your embossing folder in and out every time. Now, I know I'm a simple mind, but I just found that genius. But it works because now I'm not ripping up my envelopes and I can access it. You want to be able to put it in there. But tip number 1. So this is the Distressed Tile. So I just took a piece here, and this was, let me see, this was 4 1/4, because that's how long I wanted it, by 5 1/2. I'm just going to put my piece in here. And keep in mind you have a line down at the bottom here. That is so you can line your cardstock up. Some designs that are not geometric, you're okay. But for this one, it works great. So I'm going to close that. Then to emboss, I'm going to use my base plate number 1. And you're going to need the number 4 plate, because that's what you use for 3D embossing folders. Always put it with your fold in, and then make sure everything is nice and even. Run it through. Okay. And then when I take it out, I have my piece here. So now what I can do is take my paper cutter. Again, that's 4 1/4, and I need by 3/4. And I can just put this on here to my 3/4 mark. Always make sure you're even at the top. Close that. This is my scoring blade. I can get out of the way. And then I can just take these and just cut multiples at the same time. Where am I at there? There we go. So instead of trying to emboss every single little piece, I don't need to do that, because if I emboss this one sheet, it's very easy for me to cut my pieces and keep going. And that's if you're doing a bunch of them. So those I'll put aside because I do believe I will be using them. So now the other thing I wanted to show you was in my card, I have this 2 1/4 inch perennial postage die, which is great. If I was doing 1 or 2 cards, I would just, use a scrap piece of paper and put it in there. But if I'm doing multiple cards, I am going to take that, believe it or not, out of this piece here. See this gorgeous grape? I'm going to take it out of there because after all, those 2 pieces are going to get mounted on each other. So I can cut anything I want. out of the middle, which is what I'm going to do. So let me find my die. Again, I've got my postage dies. 1, 2, 3. I believe it was the third one. I will take that. And this piece here, I'm just going to set it in the middle. And then I have, of course, I like to hold it with a Post-it note, just so it's not going to slide. I'll move my die cutting machine back. Now for this one, I need my base plate. I need the number 2 embossing plate because that gives me just a little bit extra thickness. A clear acrylic. Make sure they're all nice and even on the sides. Then I'm going to put my piece in here. And I also like, instead of, especially if this is even bigger, going in this way, it's kind of chunky, you know, because it has to get over that piece and other. Turn it on a little bit of an angle. And it just, that point goes in first and it just glides through your die cutting machine. So I have this in here. See how easy that goes? Then, when I pull this out, take off that. I really do have my piece. I have this, but you're never going to know I cut it because now that's going to cover it. Hides all the sins. So let me put this back real quick because if I don't, I'll be looking for it later. Okay, so those were the 2 tricks that I wanted to show you with the die cutting machine. So on here, I can go ahead and take these now. And I will take this, put a little bit of liquid glue, not a ton. And you always want to go thin on that. You don't want it squirting out the edges like when we were kids and we used our Elmer's glue. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to show my age. Who here online used to take their Elmer's glue? Remember how we had the crayons in the plastic tray? And you put your Elmer's glue in there, and then you used to cut fingernails out of them? And you can just lick the back of them and put them on your fingers? I only need one person on here to say they did that, so I don't feel like a fool that I just told you that. But that's what we used to play with. So here we have that. It was fun, y'all. We were poor back then. We couldn't afford, like, you know, like real fake nails. We had to make our own. So here we go. I'm going to put this here. And this way you never even know that I cut that out. See? Nobody knows but you because you saw me do it. So let me check my comments. All right. Let me see. Man, this black screen is really messing me up. I'm going to have to definitely figure this out. Good morning. And actually, there's an X box, but I can hit that X, but I'm really afraid if I do, I'm going to close you out altogether and I won't have comments. So I'm just going to leave well enough alone. I've learned that the hard way. So I'll crease that. Now, going forward, I need to do the buckle first because when you look here, the buckle gets tucked up underneath there. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take, let me see. I want to do that to the back. Okay. I'm taking my buckle, these 2 pieces. So I've got the strip 4 1/4 by 1 inch, gorgeous grape, the 4 1/4 by 3/4. I like to use liquid glue when I am attaching something that's been embossed because there's a texture to it. And your tape probably wouldn't get into the indented parts. I'm just going to put this all the way at the end and hold that for just a minute. So this again was 4 1/4. I'm going to take about a 1/2 inch. I could try to bend that, but with the cardstock, it bends so much better if you just put a little bit of a score in there. So I'm going to take maybe a 1/2 inch. I've got it up at the top straight, my 1/2 inch mark. My scoring blade, just run it through a couple times, and then that's going to give me a much nicer fold. So for here, I really do like our Stampin' Seal. Very, very strong. And what I'm doing is I'm going to put it on the edge here so that it folds over like that. And before I do, I'm going to cut a notch to make this a little banner. So I think the best way to do that is just give a little snip in the middle and then go from your edges to the center for each one. That makes it close enough. And if you didn't get it as close as I wanted to, let me come in a little more. It's a little thicker than I wanted. Like that. So I have my banner piece. And now I'm going to tape it down on the side. I'm going to get a lot of this. It's nice and it's very strong. Plus my white piece is going to hang on that. So I have this here off to the side because this is what I'm wanting to hide. Make sure it's straight, that you like the way it is. I can definitely live with that. Then I'm going to take my white piece and I'm going to just stamp some lavender at the bottom. So I'm going to take the Highland Heather and the photopolymer. Sometimes with your stamps, you want, when they're brand new, you can stamp them and they look great. Photopolymer especially, I think I have more of an issue of this with the red rubber. But if you do, when they're manufacturing these, sometimes you get a little bit of a film on there. And if you do, no worries. Just put it in your ink and drag it on your paper. And if there was any kind of a film on there that made it to where the ink didn't adhere great, then it's gone. It's really that easy. So I'm just going to put a little bit of lavender right in here, like that. And then I can take this and put it on the inside of my card. There we go. So now when I put it in here, and again, did you see, since I used a liquid glue, you don't have a long time to move it, but I can move it around a little bit. And then that is creating the outside of the card like that. So for my perennial, I'm going to take that and I'm going to take that 2 by 1 1/4 inch basic white and the stamp here. Now, one of the things I did want to show you, again, this is like tip overload video, but I wanted to end the year just leaving with you with a lot of great ideas. And so with the rubber stamps, again, I would, if I thought that it needed it, I'm going to take the Gorgeous Grape. I'm going to stamp it. I always like to put my words, especially my words, or something I have to center, on a larger block. If you have it on a smaller block, you kind of get lost on the edge. So if I have it in a larger block, tap, tap, tap light. That's the biggest tip today. Then I can put it in here and just straight down, straight up. But I can see around it. I can see the edge of my paper on a bigger block. So then I will just take that. Right in here. And I love these postage dies. We're going to have a lot of fun with those, y'all. And I'm going to set this aside. So one of the things I did want to show you is mounting a stamp. There are so many ways to mount a stamp. I don't think there's a right or a wrong way. So really you're okay. But of course, photopolymer, you just put them on your block. You're good to go. With the stamp though, red rubber, you have to put them on yourself. So what I like to do, you have your labels and your red rubber here. Now these are the cling stamps, so they really hold strong to your block, which is wonderful. We had asked for that, Stampin' Up delivered, they are great. So here I have Happy Mother's Day. I'll do that one. There's a little slit in the back of all your labels. I will just peel that off as such. Then you're going to pop it out of here. And I'm going to peel this off. Now this is the exact same size as what is here. So get your stamp. I always like to kind of start with the corner. And the way I do it, again, some people only peel half off and put it on, then peel the other half. I tried that. It really didn't work for me. Some people, I don't know. I don't know what they do. Let me just show you what I do. All right, so I just kind of started a corner on that edge. I set it down. Then I can just see my entire edge of the stamp. Put it down. And then when I pull it up, voila, it works great. But here's what I wanted to show you. A lot of times when you put, let me put this here. A lot of times when you mount this on a stamp, you know, since it's a cling and it clings so much, you really have to get your fingernail under there to try to pull this up. So my tip, I think this helps me a lot, is that I will just take some clear Scotch tape. Because this, again, the stamp is so nice and strong, the cling is. I just take a small piece and I just, like, for example, right here, I just lay it across that corner. No big deal. Because what it's going to do, it's going to keep that one little small part from sticking and give me a place to put my finger to get it off. So here, I've just trimmed that up. My Scotch tape is right there. So now when I put it on here, I stamp. Lord knows you couldn't pull that off if you wanted to, you know, as far as accidentally knock it off. But when I go to remove it, instead of trying to get where it's so sticky, I just go where that little tape is and my finger goes right underneath there and I pull it off. So I'm not squeezing and pushing on this foam rubber. I just simply pull it up because it's not sticky in that one part, but it won't keep it from sticking. And I know that's just like an extra step when you're doing your stamps, but to me in the long run, it just makes it easier. So I have my card as such. To put this on here, I'm just going to take 2 of the larger dimensionals. So I hope y'all have had time to stamp. Again, Christmas just ended. We're still in the leftover mode, which I love. We're going to my mom's house, who is 7 doors down, for leftovers with my brother and Cheryl while they're still here for Iowa. We went out to dinner last night to Waterman's. That was good. So don't believe, you know, people always say that holiday calories don't count. Don't believe that. They do, which is why I haven't gotten on a scale. And I won't get on a scale for at least another week. But at the same time, don't beat yourself up. Enjoy the holidays and then get back on the wagon again in the new year. So I have pretty much my card almost done. I can take some more of the little gems here. Wasn't sure where I would put them on here. On this one, I put them on the top. And so there, I thought, well, I could put them there. I could have also put them there. But here, let's see. I'm going to take some smaller ones. And I have my Take a Pick tool where the little gummy part is right there. I think I want to put one there. Oh my goodness, where else? I want a darker one. Because I can. Should I put that there, or is that too symmetrical? You know, being a drafter, it's really tough because that is something a drafter would do. And then if I want, let me take a larger one and maybe up here. Yeah. I don't know if, yeah, that'll work. And if not, I'll just pretend it works. How's that? So this is You Mean the World to Me, featuring the Perennial Lavender Suite. Let me check my notes and make sure I told you all the things I wanted to tell you. So what do y'all think of this suite? Renee already has it. She's a demonstrator. You know, we get to order early, which is great because we are already playing with our new product. And again, that's just a different version. And if you want that to stay down just a little bit more, just take your bone folder, give a good crease, just as that. And then don't forget, with Celebration and the new catalog starting on the 4th, we also have some joining specials. And you don't have to do what I do. I just love what I do, which is why I do it. But I have a wonderful community of stampers underneath me, and they're hobby stampers. We love to save on everything we purchase, but we do stamp together online, so you don't even have to be local. I offer great support, so any questions, let me know. But during Celebration, they have a special. So normally the starter kit is $125 in product. You can pick from the annual catalog or the mini catalog, and you only pay $99. So you can do that during Celebration, and you would receive a 17 by 14 inch glass mat, which is really good for doing techniques on. It has the grid in it. It's beautiful. Then a silicone mat and a cleaning cloth. You can get all that for free. It's a $60 value, or you can get an extra $30 in product. So at that point, you can pick $155 in product and only pay $99. I mean, that's a steal, especially when you look at this catalog and you're like, oh my gosh, look at this wish list. What am I going to do? So to do that, starting January 4th, you could just go to my creatingwithcolleen.com blog and select Join Now and become part of my team. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have before that. And just keep in mind, you still have time to order for 2023. And if you do, please use the host code right there for the month of December. And anybody who places a minimum $100 order using that code will get the mini photo album. I got it right here. Let me show you. I will send this to you absolutely free since it's Christmas. And Christmas is all about gifts. So let me show you. So again, I loved our product from the Winter Mini Catalog. So that is one side. You could put sayings here. You could put pictures of your loved ones. And then that is the alternate side. So just let me know. Let me know. But let me know how I can help you. You all have a great end to 2023. It goes by so quick. I will see you on January 3rd, the 24th. And I still am not able to show you the inside of the catalog. But sign up for my newsletter on the creatingwithcolleen.com blog, and I will go ahead and make sure when it does go live on the 4th, the newsletter goes out with all the working links. So if you don't physically have one in your hands, you can see it online. So blessings to you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm wondering, my comments have not moved. Somebody give me a shout out. I don't know. Maybe I should click that X button and see what happens. What do y'all think? Let me say goodbye just in case I lose you. You know, technology is tough here, but I will persevere. Thanks for joining me in the stamp room, all of you. Yeah, see, the comments disappeared altogether. If you leave a comment, I'll go back afterwards and address them then. Have a wonderful end to 2023, and I hope you all have a fantastic new year, and I will see you next Wednesday in that new year. Take care, y'all. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.